Hello, my name is Gabriel Sauma, or Gabriel Sauma, Sawma. I am professor of Middle East constitutional law and Islamic law, which is part of international law. I am also expert consultant on Islamic divorce in USA, and that includes mahar agreements and custody of the children, as well as abduction of the children. Today, I'll be talking about the law of custody in Saudi Arabia, or the custody law of Saudi Arabia. As you probably know, Saudi Arabia does not have a constitution. They have what is known as the basic law, which is the constitution of Saudi Arabia. The basic law is based on the Quran and the Sunnah. The Sunnah being the sayings and deeds of the Prophet Muhammad during his ministry. So the laws, there is no law for marriage and divorce and custody and the mahar agreement in Saudi Arabia, like is the case in the other Muslim countries where they have what's known as the personal status laws. They don't have such a law in Saudi Arabia. In Arabic, they call them قوانين الأحوال الشخصية. They don't have such laws in Saudi Arabia. So whatever is in the Quran and the Sunnah, these are the laws that are practiced in Saudi Arabia. This means that in Saudi Arabia, they allow polygamous marriages, which means that a husband could marry up to 4 wives at one time. They have also, there is no minimum age for the children to get married. In other words, and in compliance with what the Mufti said few years back, where he said that a girl could be married at the age of 10, 11, 12. This is allowed in Saudi Arabia. Also, there is what's known as unilateral divorce. And this means that the husband could divorce his wife anytime he chooses. He could do that by phone, he could do it by a clear expression of divorce in front of witnesses. It is his right to divorce his wife anytime he wants to. He could divorce her by stating, I divorce you, or my wife is divorced. Uh, by doing that one time or 2 times or 3 times, and the wife would be divorced. The wife doesn't have the same rights like the husband in this matter. In other words, the wife cannot divorce her husband. She could do what is known as the khula. The khula means she would ask her husband to divorce her. And so it's up to the husband to agree to that or not. In some other countries in the Middle East, if the husband refuses to divorce his wife, the court could use that right. She could divorce her from her husband. But in Saudi Arabia, the husband is the final word in divorcing his wife. The wife also could resort to the court system or the Sharia court, which looks into these marriages and divorces and custody issues. Uh, and it's up to the court to agree to her demands to divorce her husband or not. It's the final judgment would be the court. As far as the custody issue is concerned, in Saudi Arabia, if there is a divorce, the wife keeps custody of the boys until they reach the age of 9, and for girls until they reach the age of 7. After that age, then the husband takes custody. There is another thing that deals with the custody is abduction of children from the United States to Saudi Arabia. And I'll have a a special program on that in the future. But in the meantime, I'd like to mention that the United Nations enacted uh, a treaty, and that treaty is signed by many countries. It's called the Hague Convention on the Civil Aspects of International Child Abduction. Many countries agreed to that treaty, but many countries did not sign on it. Saudi Arabia did not sign on the treaty, and the purpose of the treaty is to make it easy when the husband abducts his children from the United States to, say, Saudi Arabia. The treaty would make it easy to bring back the children by going to the American court and seek a judgment, and then you take the judgment to the other country and you bring back the children. But in Saudi Arabia, since Saudi Arabia is not part of the treaty, uh, uh, Saudi Arabia did not sign on the treaty. Therefore, the treaty doesn't work between the United States and Saudi Arabia. Women who marry uh, a Saudi national should know that the children of such a marriage uh, are Saudi nationals. Saudi Arabia does not consider them to be American nationals, but Saudi nationals. Also, cases involving marriage, divorce, and custody of the children is looked at by the Sharia courts in Saudi Arabia. They don't have civil courts that look into these matters. Uh, I'd like also to mention that the husband in Saudi Arabia may not allow the children to leave the country. He might not give permission for the children to leave the country. And I have seen many cases where the husband who is married to an American woman decides to go back to Saudi Arabia to take his children to see the family over there and never allow them to come back to the United States. Many cases. And finally, the US Embassy cannot help solve these issues. Thank you. Uh, if you want more information about this topic, you may email me at Gabriel, Gabriel, last name Soma, Sawma, at yahoo.com. Thank you.